If I'm going to differentiate between adab and khuluq, I would say that khuluq goes back to its original root verb, and its root verb is to come from khalaqa, to be created, to create or to be created. The makhluk is the creation. Allah is the khaliq, and we are created upon a khilqa. A khilqa is a innate pure state. Okay, very similar to the fitrah. So when a person is born, when the Prophet ﷺ said that everyone is born upon the fitrah, and it is the parents that will then direct that person into a certain religion. So يُنَصِّرَانَهُ, that it will turn him into a Nasrani, a Christian, or Yahudi, or a Jew, or a Magian. It's showing that there are fundamental core values and characteristics which can then be manipulated. Those core features, those original characteristics, when it's a original characteristic, we say that it has been made upon asli khilqatihi. It's original khilqa. It's original flavor. You know, it's like before you add flavoring to something, it does have an original flavoring. It has an original reality. And that's why when we talk about water in the chapter of purification, you know, when you're talking about, can I make wudu with Coke? Can I make wudu with cordial? Can I make wudu with juice? At what level? If you say no, you can't make wudu with orange juice, they'll say, why not? Why can't you make wudu with orange juice? It's made of water. We'll say that actually its characteristics are more juice than water. That person now should come back to me if he's a fiqh student and say, okay, cordial. And I'll say no. Then he'll say, okay, dilute cordial. And at what point do I say to this person, yeah, you're getting closer or further away from actually what's intended? And what I want to say is that water is what you make wudu with. Yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned ma, that's what it should be. What if there is a version of ma or moya or water that is closer to water than the added substance? Because we know that in real life, water is hardly ever pure. It is mixed with sand, it's mixed with mud, it has aggregate in there, it has minerals, the taste differs depending upon where you are, where you find it. And in this entire debate, when the scholars want to press reset and recalibrate the student's mind, they will say, water ala asli khilqatihi, but water in its original pure state is like this. Then things are added to it. So if you understand how the scholars use the word khilqa, then you appreciate then that a person who has khuluq, it's talking about their core values, the things that can't be blagged, the things that can't be winged, the things that you can't lie about. It is who you are. That person is a good person. That person is an evil person. They do have a tendency to lie. They are always too honest. You can see that these are values that dominate. And that's why I like to put forward that adab can be blagged, but khuluq can't. That adab can be faked, but you can't fake akhlaq. Because akhlaq is coming from inside. And you know what? Sometimes when you come across a person and they do something incredibly shocking, but it's so easy to make an excuse for them because you know they're a good person and you just know they've messed it up. They just didn't know how to express themselves properly. But you know they don't have a bad bone in their body. Have you seen that phrase? Bad bone in their body. It's almost indicating some internal reality that you know about. There's no such thing as a bad bone. It's just that you don't think they're a bad person. You think that their khuluq is good, is pure. They're on an original good state, that they've got good values. Now, a person who then messes up, you can see that the khuluq is outshining the adab, even if the poor expression of it is a problem. Whereas the other way around, you know loads of people who are smiling in your face, right? Smiling in your face and only smiling in your face. They're evil, they're lying, they're two-faced, they're blaggers. You can tell that there's something wrong. You can sense that that person is not exactly what they are. And that person has got bad khuluq or a bad set of realities inside, and they are expressing it in a way which is theoretically meant to be correct. Or I'll even go even further. Maybe this person is neither good or bad. Their khuluq is either great or not great. But you know what? They go to a class and they just sit there as a great student and they learn all of the appropriate behavior that's needed to make it look like that they know exactly what they're doing. So adab can be learned, if you like, but akhlaq can't. Akhlaq can be accentuated. I don't want to say it's impossible to learn akhlaq, but I want to say that it's there in its original form and you either accentuate it or you abandon it. It would be impossible to say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created insan evil. That would be a great problem. That would be a theological problem. So we have to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created people upon the propensity to do good, the propensity to worship Allah. That's obviously clear from the hadith of the fitrah. It's obviously clear that we actually then blossom into people of Tawheed when left to blossom. But it's when there are external strong influences and determining forces that direct us towards kufr, shirk or evil that the fitrah is, that the reality is messed up. But the fitrah never is. The fitrah is always there. That's why when we always say when someone converts, they came back to their fitrah. Or when someone has a really shock experience or a big disaster, they come back to their fitrah. They come back to their original prime state. So khuluq is deeper. That's what I want to say. Khuluq is more real. Akhlaq is something that we should always be looking to develop in ourselves. We all have the ability to be awesome, to be amazing. We just need to be able to reconnect to that. And adab is essential to make sure that even if we've got not the greatest akhlaq ourselves, that we don't upset other people, that we don't do the wrong thing at least. So adab has its own important role.